Hello, I'm here with a book review, and I will be reviewing The Humans by Matt Haig. The main character in this book, Andrew Martin, is a mathematician, lecturer at Cambridge University in London, and he has just discovered a way to prove the Riemann hypotheses, which could mean an advancement in technology for planet Earth. And it can mean intergalactic travel and, just extreme advancement in technology. But a couple of days after he has completed his paper proving the Riemann hypotheses, he is hit by a bus, and he dies. And this alien race called the Valadorians send an alien to Earth to inhabit his dead body and live as Professor Andrew Martin, to stop the Riemann hypotheses paper from being leaked, because this alien race do not want Earth to become like them. And yeah, this is a brilliant story. It's a bit of a departure for me because I would class this as contemporary. I mean, it's contemporary, but a weird contemporary. So basically, the essential of this story is an alien inhabiting a dead human's body and living like him, and finding out really what it is to be a human. And that's really the overall arc of this story. It's a look and an investigation into human life, what it means to be a human. But then there are always reminders that he is an alien. Mainly the fact that he finds out things about humans by asking loads of questions, mainly because he doesn't know, because he's an alien, and also because he needs to find out information to send back to his home race. And there are also moments in this book where the hosts, who are the people who sent him to investigate Earth, also talk to him, like, through his thoughts. I think just as a reminder to the reader that he is still an alien, and he has a mission to complete. And his mission is to kill people who know about the Riemann hypotheses. So that means Andrew Martin's wife Isabel and their son Gulliver, and Andrew's best friend Ari, who Andrew tells about the Riemann hypotheses later on in the book. I mean, it's extremely well written. From the first page, this had me hooked. And like I said, I don't usually read contemporary, and I class this as contemporary, but there was at no point in reading this did I want to put it down at all. And I bought this on Friday, and it's now Monday morning, 1 o'clock Monday morning. So I basically finished this in 48 hours, 2 days, which to me is amazing. And it's 291 pages, so, it looks thin from the side, but actually it's, it's just under 300 pages, but it's a brilliant book. And the writing style is so poetic and beautiful. I mean, I will, because I love the writing style so much, I really want to read you an example. So I'm going to read from page 123. This chapter is entitled Sleepwalking. I'm only going to read this one page, but I just want to give you a flavour of the writing style. Sleepwalking. I stood next to his bed while he slept. I don't know how long I just stood there in the dark, listening to his deep breathing as he slipped deeper and deeper below dreams. Half an hour, maybe? He hadn't pulled the window blind down, so I looked out at the night. There was no moon from this angle, but I could see a few stars. Suns lighting dead solar systems elsewhere in the galaxy. Everywhere you could see in their sky, or almost everywhere, is lifeless. That must affect them. That must give them ideas above their station. That must send them insane. Gulliver rolled over, and I decided to wait no longer. It was now, or it was never. You will pull back your duvet, I told him. in a voice he wouldn't have heard if he had been awake, but which reached right in, riding theta waves to become a command from his own brain. And slowly you will sit up in your bed, your feet will be on the rug, and you will breathe, and you will compose yourself, and then you will stand up. And he did, indeed, stand up. He stayed there, breathing deeply and slowly, waiting for the next command. You will walk to the door. Do not worry about opening the door, because it is already open. There, just walk, just walk, just walk to your door. He did exactly as I said, and he was there in the doorway, oblivious to everything except my voice. A voice which only had 2 words that needed to be said. Fall forward. I moved closer to him. Somehow those words were slow to arrive. I needed time, another minute at least. And to be fair, that is, I wasn't going to read on that chapter because that is quite a big spoiler on the next page. But yeah, that's just a little taste of the writing style, which is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and like I said, at no point did I want to put this down, and I didn't. I mean, I basically read it solid for 48 hours, and it's the fastest book I read this year. I mean, I haven't read a book quicker. I mean, I read the first Nikola Tesla book in like 4 hours, but this full-size novel is the first that I've read as quickly as I did. And it's just fantastic, and I really recommend everyone to read it, and the ending actually satisfied me. I say this because I've read contemporary before and not really liked it, and the endings have just fallen so flat for me. But the ending of this is just so satisfying, and so beautiful, and so poetic, and so amazing. Like, this book is funny, and witty, and a little bit strange in places, and the ending is the bit that stands out for me. And over time, the alien, the Valedorian, who is inhabiting Andrew Martin's body, learns to live like a human, and he learns empathy, and he learns sympathy. And even though his mission is to kill the humans who know too much, he can't go through with it, because he learns that there is more to human life than he has been told. On his home planet, he's been told that humans are dirt, are scum, and disgusting. And when he first arrives to Earth, in the first few chapters, he looks at humans and he's repulsed by their appearance, and he thinks they're ugly and there's nothing beautiful about them. And the food, he doesn't like the food, he thinks it's horrid, and he wants to throw it up all the time, and he thinks it's disgusting. But yeah, towards the middle of the book, and especially at the end of the book, he learns sympathy, and he learns empathy, and he learns that there is more to human life than he's been told, and there is more to being a human than there is to being a Valedorian. Because on his home planet, there's no love, there's no fathers or sons, there's no crime, there's no hatred, there's no passion, there's nothing that there is on Earth. And he believes at first that is the perfect life, until he comes to Earth and he lives this life, and he discovers that, in fact, that life is boring and human life is so much better, that it's full of compassion and love and hatred and pain and suffering and death. And he soon realises that he doesn't want to be an alien anymore, and because he has been inhabiting this body, he is connected to the hosts, who are the main guys of Valadoria, his home planet, who tell him to kill the humans and who communicate with him while he is on Earth. And spoiler alert, so if you don't want to know, you could go away now. Okay, that's enough time. Spoiler alert, towards the end of the book, he decides that he no longer wants to kill the humans, and he wants to actually live as a human, and he wants to feel everything humans feel. He wants to feel emotion, he wants to feel hatred, he wants to feel pain and suffering, he wants to live a normal life, and he wants to die in a normal, dignified human way. And he asks the hosts to cut him off, to disconnect from him, and he knows that if he is disconnected, he will live a human life, and that's what he wants. So he asks for that, and at the end of the book, he's living as a normal human being, and he's just loving the world, and he's loving what it's like to be a human, and it's just so poignant and beautiful, and kind of soul crushing at the same time. In the fact that, you know, if I could write like Matt Haig writes, I could write amazing stories. You know, like, the wordplay is just absolutely stunning, and Matt Haig is fast becoming one of my favourite authors. I really, really, really want to pick up his other books, most notably The Radleys and The Last Family in England. I think it's The Last Family in England. I will check. Yeah, The Last Family in England, The Dead Fathers Club, The Possession of Miss the Cave, and The Radleys. And I know he's written a new YA book called Echo Boy. Yeah, so I really want to pick those up, and he's becoming one of my favourite authors of all time. Yeah, and if any of his other books live up to the poignancy and the beautifulness and the thought-provoking excellence of the humans, then I'll be happy, and he'll be one of my favourite authors. So, in conclusion, this book is fantastic. I recommend it to absolutely everyone, even if you don't like contemporary. I don't particularly like contemporary. I loved this. This is fantastic. Yeah, so I recommend it to everyone. Please, please go and check this book out. It is fantastic. And it's also beautiful. It is stunning. The cover is just absolutely amazing. And even on the back, it's gorgeous as well, and typography is amazing. It's just absolutely incredible. And the inside flap is, it's like luminous green. And there's Matt Haig there. Yeah. So yeah, I'd recommend this to absolutely everyone. It's an amazing book. If you don't like contemporary, pick it up, because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I don't like contemporary. And yeah, overall this book gets a 5 out of 5 stars. It is amazing. It is so good, in fact, that it inspired me to create a tag based around aliens coming to Earth and wanting to find out about Earth through books. So that's called the Out of This World tag, and I will link that below. You can go check that out, and you can go and have a go if you want to. But yeah, it's an incredible book, and everybody should read this. Even if you don't think you'll like it, please just read it. It's stunning. I really can't say any more. Yeah. So that's it for this review. I hope you liked it, and I hope I've inspired you to pick up The Humans, and to enjoy it as much as I did, because I'll tell you, that is probably one of my favourite, in fact that is my favourite book of 2014 so far. I'm going to say that now. I will just say that. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Like I said, you can check out the Out of This World tag. It'll be in the description box. If you like this video, like. If you want to, subscribe. Yeah, and please go and pick this book up, please. 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely stunning. Okay, see you later. Oh, look at the dog. He's so cute. His name's Newton, by the way.